Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural edition of the Owen Handy Show. I'm Herald Bolton sports editor George Bremer, and I'm here with Anderson University men's basketball coach, Owen Handy. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the offseason because I know you've been busy around the I think if you go to a sporting event here, you're likely to run into you at some time, Coach. And one thing that really struck me was homecoming. You had the opportunity to go around and then kind of taste test everybody's tailgate. What was that like?
Yeah, so we had we've got the street fair here every homecoming, and all the student organizations will set up their tables, set up their booths, and have usually it's food. And so I decided I was going to try to eat at every booth. And I didn't make it around. Some of them ran out of food before I got to them, but it was certainly a lot of fun, and got to meet a lot of students in the process of doing that.
This is third year, fourth year here.
This will be my fourth season. Yep.
How is it? It seems like you really enjoy the community here, the off the court things as well here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Obviously, anytime you go somewhere new, there's a period of adjustment, to getting settled in, and I still remember the number of times my first year I had to go down to Marcy's office, that's Marcy Taylor, our athletic director, and say, hey, how do I file such and such a piece of paperwork? How do I how do I do my reimbursement reports, that sort of a thing. I would say last year was the first year I really felt like I wasn't spending more time asking for help with stuff. So definitely feeling settled in now. We've got a great campus environment here. There's always all sorts of stuff going on, whether it's all the activities at homecoming, at the street fair, whether that's the plays and the musicals and the musical ensembles on campus, whether that's student activity stuff. There's always stuff to be involved in, and I like to be present when I can, which seems to be a lot of the time.
Talking about on the court now, last year was a really good year for this team. You got very nice competitive in the conference, you made a nice run in the tournament, but now we look out there, 9 freshmen, 11 new faces. Are you starting over in a sense?
Yeah, I would say in some ways we're starting over. Obviously we had a terrific year last year, played a home game here in front of a full house on the second to last conference day of the season with a conference championship in the balance, and didn't come out on top of that one. Mount St. Joe had a terrific team, and they beat us here on our home floor. And but it was a great season, a lot of fun, great group of guys to coach. But we had 55 points a game graduate, and obviously, anytime you have talented players, eventually they graduate, and you got to figure out how to take the next step forward. So I would say, from a personnel standpoint, we've got nobody on our team who's in the same role they were in last year. We returned 6 players. We've got, like you said, 11 newcomers. It's a really talented group. I would tell you, I believe it's the most talented group we've had in the gym in my 4 years, but also the least experienced. So a lot of it this fall has been, guys are learning how do we do things here. So in one sense, we're starting new because of the quantity of talent, the amount of talent we had graduate. And in another sense, we're not starting new because we've got 6 returning guys in practice, even when they're out hurt, who I feel like are 6 more coaches we have out there. We've got guys who are bought into our values, who believe in doing things the way that we do them, and are replicating those things with the new guys. So it's fun for me, when Corey Krager, Cam Etzler, Micah Smith, Brant Gadberry, Brett Anderson, Nathaniel Akery stop me or stop practice to make a point to one of the newcomers. Well, that tells me we're not starting new, because we've got returning players who are bought in, who understand what we want, who understand how we do things. So new in the sense of everybody in a new role, not new in the sense of the expectation of competing hard, of executing, of the values that we want to hold as a program.
Saturday, obviously, big opener, what you've been waiting for, I'm sure, all off season right here at OC Lewis Gymnasium. What do you know about Cincinnati Claremont? What can you expect from them on Saturday? Yeah,
that's a good question. So we haven't gotten really deep into our preparation for that game yet. A couple things we do know, that they have proven an ability to put some points up through their early games. They're an NAIA school, so they've started their season already. So they've proven that they can score. We'll see some press, some tempo press, some zone. I think with some of the rule changes this year, we expect to see more tempo press and more zone than we've seen in the past. And we're going to start off with a little tempo press, a little 2-3 zone, and we'll see how we attack it. And one of the big challenges when you're looking at early in the season against a team that's played games already and a team that does, sort of a soft press in the zone, is can you be in attack mode? I think the default setting is, well, we want to run our press break really well. Well, no, we want to score against their press. We want to be in attack mode and score. Well, we think that happens when we run our press break well, but that's a different mentality. The goal is to break their press and score. The goal isn't to run our press break well. Running our press break well is a means to get it. Same thing with our zone offense. The goal isn't to run good zone offense. The goal is to score. Well, we think good zone offense gets us there, but sometimes the process of focusing on running things well takes guys away from that attack mode, which is how you always want to be offensively. So some early challenges there with that team, some things they're going to present to us that we've got to be ready for. I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be a fun environment. So
you mentioned the 6 returners earlier. How important are they going to be in the early season and getting these new guys kind of up to speed at the college game?
Yeah. We've had a handful of injuries early in the season, and so right now, if our opener were tomorrow, we'd be starting 3 newcomers. Now that's not written in stone. We've got a couple guys that have been key players in the past who just haven't had practice time and aren't practicing right now because of injuries. So, but that's where those returning guys have been absolutely essential in helping us coach the team, helping us teach in practice. I think Nathaniel Acree and Brett Anderson, both are juniors, both are guys who really understand what we do, how we want to play. And Nathaniel had 38 in our conference tournament game last year, averaged 22 the second time through the conference season. Brett's a 35+% three-point shooter through 2 years here and is a really, really smart basketball player at both ends of the floor. So we've got 2 veterans right there who we expect to set the tone for us on Saturday with how we play.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to the game and an exciting season.
Yeah, good. Thanks, George.
Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it.